Coming down in 3, 2, 1. Hey, yo! What's up, everybody? It's me, Joey P, Joe Pisapia, and welcome to 5 Things right here on FantraxHQ. And I'm here to remind you that you should be moving all your leagues over to Fantrax, so do it right now. Take your league, move it from Yahoo, from ESPN, move it over to Fantrax, and when you send me the link at Joe Pisapia17 or at Fantrax, we will upgrade you, yes, upgrade you to the premium commissioner product. I mean, come on, do it today and get it done. All right, so here's 5 things that I know to be true about the Pittsburgh Steelers this year. And number 1 is Big Ben, and let's talk about Roethlisberger. Last year, 5,000 yards, huge season for him. Obviously, he still had some massive weapons with Antonio Brown. Obviously, with Juju Smith-Schuster. Now, no Le'Veon Bell, no Antonio Brown. All that's left is Connor and Juju, but that's still enough. Now, I understand some people think there's going to be a come down for Roethlisberger, and there probably will be, but at the same time, keep this in mind. Roethlisberger's still going to probably throw for over 4,500 yards, without a doubt. He's probably going to have high touchdown numbers as well, and maybe, just maybe, all of that negativity out of the locker room is exactly what they all need to be successful, which brings us to point number 2. Can Juju Smith-Schuster actually handle the load of a true number 1? The answer? Yes, of course he can. He's outstanding. And if you're looking for any sort of, some sort of fact-based thing there about whether or not Juju can handle it, just look at how he was when Antonio Brown wasn't around. He was outstanding in the games when AB was unavailable. So Juju's ready for the load, and that's all that matters. So you can absolutely draft him as your wide receiver 1. Don't worry about it. In fact, in that whole grouping of guys like Odell and Tyreek Hill and some of those guys right after that elite class of wide receiver in that next tier, he's probably the safest. He's even safer than Antonio Brown. Because as great as Antonio Brown is, there's always that what-if factor with the Oakland Raiders or Las Vegas Raiders or whatever the hell they're going to be soon. So let's talk about James Conner, number 3 on the list of 5 things. And look, James Conner, the only question I have with Conner, it's not about his performance. It's not about whether or not he can handle it. It's about whether or not he can withstand a full season. The durability is a bit of a question. Now, look, most running backs get hurt. There's a lot of running back injuries, a lot of running back attrition. They have Jalen Samuels there. They have Snell there as well. So, yeah, those guys could eat in a little bit to the James Conner workload, but I wouldn't let this shy you off. I think James Conner is a perfectly good RB1. He's still lower on the trough for me. I know some people are higher on him. I still think James Conner is not Le'Veon Bell. It's not one of these things you just take Le'Veon Bell out and just throw him away, and all of a sudden James Conner becomes Le'Veon Bell. I don't think he's going to be that, but I still think he's going to be very good. He will finish as an RB1. He's being drafted as an RB1, so all systems go on James Conner. But who's the third option in the offense? I don't know. You don't know. Nobody knows. That's the answer. So let's break this down to the 4th thing right now, and let's talk about James Washington. Now, a lot of people like Washington, and they should. He's got a lot of skill, a lot of talent. The question is, can he finally put that talent to use on the field, run the routes properly, catch the football, and do what they want him to? I know Mike Tomlin's high on him. That's great. But if he struggles in preseason, and you see that, you should absolutely be targeting Dante Moncrief. Dante Moncrief is one of these guys. He's a veteran. I understand not a whole lot of flash, but he certainly has some good seasons with Andrew Luck, and I do think Moncrief can be that nice secondary guy. And we all know this is a very pass-heavy offense. There's going to be lots of opportunities for whoever that number 2 wide receiver is. And if it's not quite Moncrief filling all of that role, check out Vance McDonald too. I think his role is going to increase too. This is not your father's Steelers or your older brother's, because I guess it was more recent. But anyway, keep that in mind. Vance McDonald might be a nice little tight end you pick up late as well. Now, the last but not least, the 5th thing about the Pittsburgh Steelers is this. That defense. They were top 10 against the run, top 10 against the pass, 6th overall, still a very good unit. I think you should feel very good about them in fantasy this year. Again, Mr. Watt will certainly be getting a bunch of sacks as well, so keep an eye out for him in IDP leagues. So the Steelers have a breath of fresh air, and hopefully, with all of the negativity out, Ben Roethlisberger and Mike Tomlin find their zen. All right, you can follow me at Joe Pisapia17. Check out the Fantasy Football Black Book 2019, number 1 in fantasy sports on Amazon. Go get your copy today. Everything's been updated. Everything's ready for you. That'll do it for me, Joey P. See you next time, kids. Peace.